Hello my friends, my name is Vladimir. In this video I will make a final thoughts review of Royal Enfield Himalayan after selling. Now I can easily tell good and bad about this adventure bike without risking to have a bad selling deal. I'm just kidding, don't worry Renato, you already know these details, because this Himalayan is not the first Himalayan for you. Renato is a new owner of Lake Blue Himalayan. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for your support, to those who was waiting for the content of this channel and even sending me direct messages asking when the next video will be uploaded. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you to all of you. Now let's dive deep into Royal Enfield Himalayan review. I rode more than 6,000 kilometers on Royal Enfield Himalayan, mostly on tarmac roads, so if you are looking for off-road use experience, you will probably need to watch other YouTubers' reviews, who is more focused on off-road usage. We will go through design, weight, seat height, fuel consumption or mileage, engine and performance, gears, brakes, rideability, and I will tell you negatives I dealt with. If you want to miss intro, you can easily go to section needed by scrolling through marked timeline or clicking on the timeline links in the description section below. I had different motorcycles in my life, and I'm coming to conclusion that there is no such thing as a perfect motorcycle. And in my case, my taste fluctuates a lot due to a perception of the world, or I'm just getting older. If you want to know my motorcycle background, I've ridden Brothers Minsk. Then when I grown up, I could afford Japanese motorcycles. I bought used Honda XR250. That was my first step to adventure riding, and mostly I was swimming in mud. Then I came to Korea. I bought Korean scooter Delin Bibon. Then I wanted a little bit more of adventure and bought BMW F650 GS single-cylinder thumper. Then I switched to Honda Super Cup 110, and it was a great little bike. Then my world got better and I wanted a little bit more speed. I bought Yamaha MT-03. And finally I got to Royal Enfield Himalayan. I'll try to be absolutely honest with you, and please keep in mind that it is completely my own humble opinion based on my experience of riding motorcycle here in Korea, mostly on highways. Probably for those who are thinking of obtaining this bike will find this review useful. This is a good looking retro bike, and it looks different. Most of retro off-road motorcycles, which is scramblers, has one level seat for rider and passenger. Royal Enfield Himalayan seat has different seat height, and we will talk about seat height later on. Windscreen is high enough for me. My height is 169 centimeters, and I don't feel serious buffeting issues. Front side crash bar, in my humble opinion, looks pretty and useful because it could help to carry additional luggage and protect varnished metal gas tank against off-road riding abuse. I like long wheelbase of the motorcycle. It gives riding stability and comfort on long distances. But on the other hand, it lowers overall ground clearance ratio. This is a pretty heavy bike. The curb weight of Royal Enfield Himalayan is almost 200 kilograms, and that's a lot for 400cc adventure bike. Suzuki DR650, which is supposed to be heavier by displacement class, is 166 kilograms weight. And even my old BMW F650 GS had the same weight, but these bikes have twice more power to weight ratio, and they were first announced 15 years ago. Yes, sometimes lifting up heavy bike could be a little bit easier because of the position of center of gravity, and Himalayan's center of gravity is on the bottom because of the engine. but don't be fooled here. It is heavy for lifting anyway. If you fall once, it's okay, but if you ride muddy terrains and you need to lift it up over and over again on a slippery surface with luggage, it will be a whole different story. I'm a short rider. I'm a 169 centimeters and 80 centimeters in seam with no boots, no shoes. My one foot is fully on the ground. In both leg scenario, feet are tip-toed. Even though this is probably one of the most short rider-friendly adventure motorcycle on the market. Take a notice that proper boots will give you more optimistic results, depends on sole thickness. I made a separate video about fuel consumption. Overall average result is 25.85 kilometers per 1 liter or 3.87 liters for 100 kilometers. And that's a good result. And fuel consumption is a very important factor for long distance riding. You can save money on fuel with this adventure bike. If you are swapping bikes from even small performance bike like Yamaha MT-03 to Himalayan, you will definitely feel the difference. When I first rode Royal Enfield Himalayan, I thought that something were broken inside of the engine, or the engine were deliberately smothered by owner. You can watch my first ride video here. And when I sat back on my Yamaha MT-03, it was felt like a rocket. If you haven't ridden motorcycle for a comparatively long period of time, you won't probably feel much difference. But you should be aware that Himalayan is not the fast bike, and believe me or not, that gives Himalayan a specific character. Anyway, I tried to breathe life into engine and made several performance upgrades. Booster plug installation and made a test before and after. Oh yes! Then I installed free-flowing air filter and tested. The third one was free-flowing power range exhaust installation, and I tested before and after as well. And you know, only a booster plug, in my humble opinion, gives some significant difference in performance, and it only makes sense at summertime. I tried riding with and without booster plug connected at 5+ degrees by Celsius, and there wasn't any difference. Maximum speed is about 125 to 130 km per hour by GPS. Depends on road inclination and wind direction. At these speeds, Himalayan with stock suspension is quite unstable and not comfortable at all. Engine is smooth until 5000 to 5500 RPMs. After that, there is annoying vibration and you will start hearing rattling sound from instrument cluster area. I really enjoyed accelerating at mid-range between 3500 to 4500 RPMs, where engine has more torque and you listen to this mesmerizing Royal Enfield exhaust sound. If you are planning to ride in this range of RPMs, you will definitely enjoy Himalayan. This engine has 5 gears, and gears are perfectly matched to that engine. They are not too short or too long. This engine, in my humble opinion, does not need 6 gears, as some people might complain. Talking about 6 gear, it wouldn't need it for high speeds, but would serve better at the bottom for intense off-road riding in order to save clutch. At 5th gear, at higher revs and speed, engine doesn't have enough power to overcome air resistance. Wouldn't help top speed anyway, maybe only for fuel economy. What I like about gearbox, it works just fine, especially when, for example, you stop on neutral at traffic light, and when it turns green, you just push the gear lever and it always works just as Sweetwatch, comparing to my previous Yamaha MT-03, which unfortunately didn't. And small issue detected. On my Royal Enfield Himalayan, in running-in period, there were false neutral between 4th and 5th gears. After I've changed oil at 500 km to module 15 to 50, false neutral issue completely gone. Brakes work okay on tarmac or pavement. They are not super responsive, especially rear one, but they work just fine. I've never blocked front wheel or felt that ABS started to kick in. Rear one is also pretty lazy. ABS on the rear wheel starts working when you push hard on lever. One more detail, the stock pads start squeaking since almost the beginning. It is a good idea to change pads by aftermarket alternatives. This motorcycle is pleasure to ride. It handles like a bicycle and goes exactly where you want it to go. It has much better handling than any of my previous full-size motorcycles. Royal Enfield Himalayan is probably the most ride-friendly adventure motorcycle with amazing handling and low seat. Hope this chapter will help you to make a right choice, so before spending a significant amount of money, you will already know issues you have to deal with and be ready for that. Adventure motorcycles are quite expensive, but not Royal Enfield Himalayan. You get what you pay for. And because this motorcycle is easy entry to adventure motorcycles world, you have to deal with negatives. In my humble opinion, the main problem of this motorcycle is cutting corner on details. The main issue, which cannot be solved with upgrades, is a quality of metal alloy used in this bike. Threads are pretty weak. You can easily strip a thread and damage the thread from very beginning. Even if you don't make a pressure on bolts, you are screwing in. I felt that when I started installing racks for side panniers. I immediately realized that WD-40 is necessary working at least with frame and didn't break the threads. But be very careful when installing phone holder at mirror threads as well. Other issues can be easily solved with upgrades. Stalling in idle RPMs could be solved by booster plug installation. Underpowered engine could be improved by installing performance camshaft from tech company. Evaporation inside the dashboard could be solved with sealant. And there is a rattling noise which comes from instrument cluster area at 5500 and 6000 RPMs. I took dashboard off, headlights, put rubber gasket between light element and headlight body with no results. It seems like noise comes from resonating dashboard mount itself. Solution, in my humble opinion, is to take off the front fairing with front crash bar completely and make the bike look even more classic and retro. My conclusion is surprisingly short. If you are not hurry and you are okay with steel quality and do not plan to tighten and unscrew bolts here and there, and you need adventure motorcycle on affordable budget with low seat, probably this motorcycle is exactly for you. Only one thing I missed is to make video of one more significant performance upgrade. It is a tech camshaft, and make a comparison before and after for you. I only hope that someone here in Korea will make that mode and invite me to film the process and results. And now I say goodbye to my Royal Enfield Himalayan. That was a great experience and I'm glad I have it. I love this bike and now it's time to move forward. That's it for now. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, enjoy your life and love each other. Have a nice rest of the day and I will see you guys and girls in the next video.